to the Treadling Home Kitchen. I'm Katie, and today we're going to be making Pittsburgh barbecued ham. At least that's what I'm calling it. A lot of people in Pittsburgh call it Isley's chip chopped ham. That's really just the type of ham that you use. So this is a dump and cook recipe, so it doesn't take too long. So let's go ahead and get started. We have 1 pound of chipped ham, 1 jar of chili sauce, your favorite brand. I always go with the cheapest one. Apple cider vinegar, brown sugar, and we're also going to be using some water. So let's go ahead and get our pot lit here. Okay. We're going to turn it on medium low while we build this. And this is a 2-quart saucepan. So you take the whole pound, just dump it in there. We'll break it up here in a minute once we get everything in the pot. The entire jar of chili sauce. Just dump it right over. Okay, don't worry about shaking it out because this is going to be your measurer for the rest of the recipe. You put in 1 entire jar of apple cider vinegar. I usually fill it up to the bottom of the neck instead of the entire way up though, because otherwise it gets a little too tangy for my taste. So go ahead and fill it up to the bottom of the neck there. Give it a shake. Get all that yumminess out of there. Dump that right in the pan. And we're also going to get 1 jar of water. So just plain old tap water works for me. Okay. If there's any sauce left in the jar after you shake it up with the vinegar, go ahead and shake it up again, but I did a pretty good job there. Okay. We're done with this. And I'll mess with that later. We're going to take a pair of tongs. If you don't have tongs, you can use whatever utensil you have. I also have a slotted spoon here, but tongs work best for just kind of picking up the ham and breaking it apart a little bit. So you can mix up the brown sugar in here in a second. And because it's lunch meat, you don't have to wait for it to actually cook, so it's totally fine to taste it as you go. All right. That looks pretty good. Now we're going to go ahead and add the brown sugar. This is totally to your taste. Right now, it's literally vinegar and tangy sauce, so it's super tangy. We're going to start with a 1/2 cup measurer, so we'll start with a 1/2 cup, and we'll go from there. And I like to pack my brown sugar, just to make it a little extra sweet. So there we go. Just pop your sugar in there. So we added the brown sugar, and we're just kind of mixing it up now. You're going to break up the ham a little bit more as you're mixing, and that's totally fine. Then you've got this nice kind of sloppy red sauce going on here. And I'm going to grab a spoon and taste the sauce to see if it's sweet enough here. That's actually pretty good. I like mine a little on the tangy side. I might add a little bit more. So, we'll go about like that. So that's going to end up being 3/4 of a cup here, roughly. Mix this in. And I'm not going to add any more sugar right now because it still has to cook, and if you add too much sugar, it'll burn on the bottom if you don't have the stove down low enough. So that looks pretty good. We'll go ahead and we will cover this and turn it down. Now we'll turn it up to get it simmering. And once it starts to bubble really well, we're going to turn it down to low and let it simmer for 20 minutes to a half hour at least. The longer you let it cook, the better it gets. So we'll see you here in a little bit. Alright, we have this nice and bubbly. So we're going to go ahead and turn it down to low so that it's a nice slow simmer. Kind of like that. And we're going to go ahead and cover it. And we're going to let it cook for 20 minutes to a half hour at least. So I'm probably going to let it go about 45 minutes. We'll see you here in a little bit. Hi, welcome back. I'm just finishing up the Pittsburgh ham here. I have a really thick, nice, meaty Kaiser roll that we're going to use to plate up. And I think I just heard the timer go off. I made some tater tots to go with it because you're never too old for tater tots. So I'll just set these over here. Turn the oven off. Alright, so this is our Pittsburgh ham. There we go. Look at how deep and rich that color got. Alright, so we're just going to take it and mix it around with our tongs a little bit. As you can see, it is a very thin sauce. So I guess you would, so far as the style of sauce, you would liken it more to a Carolina type sauce because it's real vinegary and thin. So, alright, let's go ahead and get this yumminess plated up, shall we? So it's up to you how much sauce you like. I like my bun sloppy. I like the barbecue sauce dripping off my elbows pretty much. My husband, not so much. So, pile it up high like that. And we'll just use our fingers. I know I just got these out of the oven, but we'll see how this goes. There we go. These tater tots, I just sprayed them with a little bit of cooking spray and put some seasoned salt on them. The cooking spray is to make the seasoned salt adhere to them. Alright, and that's it. Our Pittsburgh ham. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you try it and try something from my hometown. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below. And any comments, if you're from Pittsburgh and I completely slaughtered the recipe, that's fine. Pretty much every family has a different version. So this is my family's version. Thanks for visiting Treadling Home Kitchen, and I'll see you next time.